It's giving me the giggle.
You giggle almost every time. I love it.
I don't know why. It feels extra giggly today. Hi, I am Teresa.
And I am Patrick.
And we are
Fubble Entertainment.
And this is
Fubble Time.
We are so fancy.
We are so high production.
High production value here. I know. I have a ring light. You know how you can tell? We were doing it earlier. Look at
the other way, right there.
Yeah.
Crazy eyes. Oh, you know what? It looks a little bit like at the end of Roger Rabbit when his eyes went crazy.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen that movie?
No, but I watched a little bit of it.
Oh, look, how fun. My YouTube notice just said Fubble Time is live.
Aw, that's great.
Yay.
So anyway, I do put my glasses on because I want to read this bio and I want to do it correctly. I don't want to muck it up. I don't want to fubble.
We'll see.
We'll see. So I want to get in there. Oh, of course, I closed it out. I am so excited about our guest tonight because
Rebecca Donald, sorry, says, how about I make your ding, 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 ding my ringtone?
Yay! I would love that.
That is fun. That is fun.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. And then let's market it. And then we can sell it for 99 cents. And
then pay to get our shows produced on our own.
Hey, this person that we're going to talk to is also a producer and has done remarkable things. She has, she's a multi-hyphenate. She's been on the Drew Carey Show as an actor, the Wayne Brady Show, Mike Hammer. Come on, shout out to that show. Flex and Shanice on OWN. She has a movie coming out this summer in which she has starred in and produced. We're so excited about that. It's called Still Here. We're going to talk to her about that. She's performed in musicals and plays, most notably touring with Donny Osmond in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. What a great experience that was, I'm sure. She's been in commercials. And one of the other things we're going to talk to her about today, which we're excited about, is she has had her own casting office, Mangum Casting, for 20 years. Woo! That's amazing. Without further ado, we bring you Leah Mangum.
Woo! Leah! Yay!
I love your doom, 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 doom. That is so much fun. All right. Hi.
Thanks. And Leah's coming from one of my favorite areas in Los Angeles is Toluca Lake.
Yeah, I am.
I love Toluca Lake. It's where I first lived. Well, not one of the first areas that I lived at, the Starlet right across from Warner Brothers.
I remember I was there.
I know. I know. So exciting to have you, Leah. Really. It's
Thank you.
It's so fun. We've known each other for many years. We've done a few different worked together in business.
Right.
And we've performed together and
the Lucy show that you produced.
Yep. She was in that. And we had a big meetup around that group a couple weeks ago, reunion with that whole group. So I just want to start out.
Well, wait, can I just tell you how much I love your show? I love your show. I watch it. It's so much fun. And you're live, which is so exciting because I have something to do on Wednesdays. So thank you. So thank you so much. It's really fun. And I do. It's on my calendar and it pops up and I come and watch it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and we've got to put your links. We'll get them and put them in the comments so we can get links to your shows. And I noticed that my husband...
I love Fred. Oh my God.
Who are you interviewing tonight? And I said, Leah Mangum. She's a casting person. And
Absolutely. I'm casting more remote these days. So I can cast all my friends from Chicago and Michigan. And so, yes, I'm taking all submissions. I love it, Fred.
Fred Stella. And we have our good friend who was a guest a few weeks back, Linda Michaels.
I love Linda. Hi, Linda. She's such an amazing makeup artist.
I know.
And doing her own acting these days, too.
Hey. That's my dog.
Really
Sorry.
oh, no worries.
That's the first time that's happened.
Wow. But Linda's great. Hey, Linda. Yeah, very talented. She was so great. My son had a red carpet that he had to do, and she came to our house and did makeup for him. You know how, like, he was, I think, 12 or 13 at the time. And who wants to get makeup? And he's like, your friend Linda, I think, would be great. So then Linda came over and put makeup on him, and he was just loved it. Just had such a wonderful time. So,
and her first New Year's Eve in Los Angeles was at your house. We had just moved to Los Angeles, like the day before or something like that. And
that's right.
The last time we lived there. And we all had New Year's Eve together. So.
We did. And I gave them a queen size blow up air mattress.
You did.
And a big hole in it. And I know. When I gave it to them.
But you gave us the mattress, and I remember like a bottle of wine or something like that as well. It was so sweet. So sweet. So enough of all of us, right?
Enough of us. Enough of you.
Being friends and all that fun stuff. We have now made it our thing, since Teresa called me on it, that we ask our guests when and where and how do you remember getting bit by the entertainment bug?
I remember, first of all, I have to start that I have the most supportive parents. Like, they were just amazing. Like, my mom and my dad, just phenomenal. Nobody in my house, no one in my family did any kind of entertainment whatsoever. Grew up on the south side of Chicago. And my mom and I watched Singing in the Rain together. And I said, I don't know what that is, but I want to do it. I just remember, and I was in love with Gene Kelly, and I wanted to be Debbie Reynolds. And like, that was it. And then my life was a musical, like in my own little brain. It was like a Disney film. I had a blonde wig, and I would ride my bike and sing musical numbers in my neighborhood.
Oh my gosh.
Riding your bike with your wig on?
Long blonde wig. It was like a Barbie wig, and I would just sing musicals. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. And then I saw like Raquel Welch. She was in that roller skating movie. And so then I'm like, okay, now this is so old. I'm so sorry to do this.
No, talk. I love it. Raquel Welch.
She's like, what are you talking about? So then I had a red wig, and I got to skate through my neighborhood as the character, trying to get the mailman's attention to be like, you don't know me. I'm not Leah Stanko from the corner. I'm someone else. Like, so I guess I started.
You were Leah from the block.
I was Leah from the block. So yeah, so it's just ever since I can remember, my mom's put me in dance school because I couldn't. I was pigeon-toed, and I had tons of energy. So she put me in dancing, and that's how it all started. She would sit on the bench and watch me dance, and there's this little step, it was like shuffle step, shuffle 1, 2, 3, and she would always do it with me around the house, and it was great.
Brett Marston, our friend Brett Marston, says they all loved supportive parents. So that's beautiful that you had that.
Like that. So I needed a piano. We didn't have a lot of money, and I'm like, I want to play piano. And so my dad knew a friend of a friend, got a piano. It was literally busted and falling apart. And my dad's like, bring it over. And my dad like nailed the keyboard up because it was like literally broken in half. And then like sanded the key, it was beautiful. It was this beautiful upright piano, probably vintage. I don't even know, but it was gorgeous. And I had like the best piano. It was fun. Like now my kids are like, I need a piano. I'm like, let's drive down to, the Guitar Center and get you a Casio, so it's like, it was so cool back then when you had so.
That's so great. And then you had some fun stints through amusement parks, and also our little favorite is Bozo.
I did the Bozo show probably about 10 times with my dance school. So I danced we did 4th of July and Christmas, and then I won Miss Preteen Illinois, and it's so silly. But then I got to do Bozo by myself, which was great. I got to sing and dance.
So that Preteen Illinois?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to sing and dance on the Bozo show by myself, and then I did Kidding Around. And then I started auditioning for commercials, and I got to do a commercial with John Mahoney from Freebird.
Because you were in the Chicagoland area, right?
I was in Chicago, yeah. Yeah, that's where I grew up. And Chicago was great in the 70s and 80s. I mean, we had Norman Lear. I got to audition for Norman Lear. We had Breakfast Club. We did Breakfast Club.
John Hughes.
John Hughes. I got to audition for John Hughes a few times, and
did you do a after school special?
I didn't. I wish I did. My friend Bill Whelan did one, and I love to tease her, but no,
oh, really?
Yeah. No, I didn't. But I got to do. Remember, I got to do extra work a day on like Opportunity Knocks, and like they drove us in this bus in this fancy neighborhood, and it was like really hot. I was probably like 16 or 17. I'm on the set just sweating. And then I called my mom, like went and got a payphone and like called my mom and said, "Mom, come get me. I'm hot." Like I laughed in the middle of the party scene. I don't know. I don't know why I remember that so well.
You were over it. Brett asked, "Did you win Miss Preteen Illinois doing Bozo as your talent?"
No, but I did my talent that I won on the Bozo show. I did.
What was your talent? Do you remember?
Yes. I tap danced to 42nd Street in a little top hat and tails. And I belted it out, and then I did a big tap dance, which ended on wings. And at one point, there was a little staircase that I literally did back steps on and tapped on. And then I was asked to do the Bozo show. So
somebody just wrote. Nancy wrote.
Oh, Nancy!
That she wrote her brother. Yeah.
I was about to say that her brother wrote Opportunity Knocks. I'm so sorry, Nancy. She was my.
She used to talk about the Gong Show.
Oh yeah, I did the Gong Show.
You did?
Years and years ago, yes. I did that. I must have been, I don't know, 10 or 12.
I was gonna say that Gong Show that we like are.
Yeah, maybe I was younger. It was years and years ago. I did that, and yes, her brother did Opportunity Knocks. I don't know. I did.
So you have. Go ahead.
Oh, I also got to do, there was a show called Square Pegs.
Oh, yeah.
Down to the very end for Square, it was down to me and Sarah Jessica Parker. And I think I was 12 or 13 and she was 16. So I was too young for the part. And so I would say she has my career. But that was a really cool experience. Got to audition with Jamie Gertz and all of us in a hotel room in Chicago. And so that was a really cool experience.
So then how do you, so you've got this, I mean, and then you've got stage, and I mean, you've got this incredible repertoire as a performer. So then when did you parlay that? I mean, 20 years ago. So when do you bring that into casting? And then I'm curious, like, how has your experience informed your casting?
Yeah. It was great. I moved out here with a friend, Chuck Sekula, which you all know.
Yay.
And literally, we were touring, doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And we were like, want to move to New York or LA? And I'm like, I don't know, sure. And so literally every day we'd like flip a coin to decide where we're going to move to. Because we knew like really nothing in either city. We knew Chicago, but we didn't know New York or LA. So we came out here and we had some savings. So we thought we were completely independently wealthy, which we weren't. It could maybe last us 3 months, but it was the most money we ever had.
That's a lot in LA, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so Chuck was checking, it's called Backstage, and he found that a casting director was looking for interns. Her name was Linda Berger. She's fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that.
And yes, and Patrick was with me. And so I started interning like 3 days a week for a casting director. We didn't get paid at all, but I had no idea how it worked in LA. And I got to be a reader. I actually booked a few of her episodes, a few of shows that she was doing. I did a Mike Hammer and a couple more shows. And I got to bring my friends in like Patrick. And Patrick helped me open up resumes and pictures. And it was such a great learning experience just to sit in the room with the director and get all the notes. And then they would say, do you want to audition? I'd be like, yes, because I just sat through 40 auditions. I got all the director's notes that no one else got. Whoa. So I was like, oh, I can kick butt. And so I would do my best. And sometimes I get it, sometimes I wouldn't. But I had such an advantage, you know, from
because
being.
Then it goes on. Because from there, the audition piece then goes on to the producer. If you get to that far, right?
Well,
so
I was
then
a lot of times in the room with the producers.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these times I was with the producers in the room, and they would say, "Oh, what?" Because I knew they weren't paying me anything, and I was working my butt off. So they were just like, "Ah, yeah, you can, audition. We've got some." They're like, looking through their paperwork, not even half paying attention, but they were so kind to give me the opportunity. And I would.
Well, it's interesting because I see now people in commercials that used to like either run the camera or be the reader, when you would walk in for the audition, and a lot of them were actors themselves looking to be in front of the camera. And I see a lot of those people now.
You learn so much. I mean, it's anybody asks you to be a reader or like I said, I didn't get paid for at least a year, and it was an experience that I could never paid for. I mean, it was fabulous. It was great because all the classes you take don't prepare you for what it's like in the room. And then also to let you know that like the casting people, the producers, they want you to be good. And as an actor, you forget that sometimes, and you forget it's your moment. You get in there and you're like, I got to hurry up because they only have so many minutes and I'm out, rather than get in the room, take your moment, let them see your personality, and know they want you to get it, because that was hard for me to figure out because I'm always like, just your insecurity kicks in, and it was nice to go, I hope this is the person because then we're done, rather than, oh, here's another one. And casting people I worked with, I'd never had that experience. I've been very lucky to work with a lot of great casting people. Arlene Goss is another person I worked with, fabulous. And I learned so much from her, and she's the gracious and kind, just like Linda, and, and just root for actors. They love actors. So I learned that from them. So you stayed with the casting all the way through, or did you leave it and come back? Like, how did that? I did. I worked for her, and then I started getting paid. I went from an intern to an assistant to an associate. So I slowly moved my way up. And then when she would work, she would always call me, which was lovely. But she would have breaks too. Casting directors, unless you work at a studio, you're independent. So you're not always working. And during that time, I got to work with Stuart Stone and Arlene Goss and had some great experiences. And Arlene was so wonderful when she was like, oh, I have a job. Do you want it? And she was gracious enough to give me my first casting job. She was too busy. And I'll never forget that. It was wonderful. And then I just started telling people I was a casting director. And I would just tell people. And then people would call, friends would call and say, can you cast this? I'm like, sure, I can. And if I didn't know it, I'd figure it out. So
that's one of the things I love about you. What'd you say? What's that?
I made cards. I had cards before I had a resume.
That's fantastic. But that's what you have to do in that business.
Yeah.
I love actors. I mean, I love actors so much. I love working with them in the room. I love giving people opportunities. I really enjoy that so much, so.
Well, that's what I love about you. One of the many things I love about you, but also you, like Teresa said, well, then did you just do the casting? You've never just really done one thing. And that's what I think is so interesting. And I talk to young actors that want to get in the business or producers or whatever. And I say, learn and know everything about the business you can. And you've done that. So when you say, I love actors, well, you're an actor. You're currently in 2 projects. And so I think that's so interesting that you've always been, oh, I can go over here. And if you don't know it, you're like, well, I'll learn it. And that's what you have to do, right?
Right. And acting was weird too, because I thought that's all I wanted to do was act. And then when I was casting at the beginning, I thought, well, I'm just doing this just to learn as an actor. When I got to the point that I was calling people in who looked like me against me, I'm like, I think I'm over that. Like, I think I just want to see my friends work. And of course, I hope I get it. But there's more. There's more than just acting. It's so much bigger. And I want to be a part of this bigger thing. So, whether it's producing or writing or casting, I just want to be in it. I want to be a part of it,
You've written too. I mean,
I have, yeah.
You have, then like when it's like people kind of laugh about the multi-hyphenate, but you really are a multi-hyphenate, which is amazing. And you're from an entertainment. I mean, you're living in an entertainment family too. I mean, your husband's involved. Your sons are. Is it plural now?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you've got entertainment going all over the place. So what?
I love that. Entertainment going all over the place. That's kind of what it is at times, right, Leah?
It's great.
It's like she's a jack in the box and then just all this flies out of it. What are your current? You've got 2 current. Well, you've got probably more than that, but certainly 2 current projects, even in the age of COVID. So what's happening?
So right now I did a movie called Still Here with Chuck Sekula. He wrote it and produced it and he stars in it. And then I'm a producer on it. And I also am in the cast. And Billy Maltby, who's from Chicago, did the music. And Tim Pardo directed it. We're in all kinds of film festivals right now. So,
Billy did music for the Lucy conventions. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I knew Billy from when I was 12. We did show choirs together with Mark.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, that's when I knew Mark when I was 12 years old doing show choir camps.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I met Billy. Yeah.
We missed a few little things here. I just want to quickly, we'll come back to it, but Nancy did say she wants the footage, I think, of the Gong Show.
Oh.
Is there a website for Still Here that people can go to?
There is, and I don't have it. Maybe I can put it in the chat later.
Okay, great.
I don't know. I don't, you know what, honestly, I don't know if it's completely posted yet, because it might just be on the web page, just the trailer, perhaps.
The Facebook page. So they can go to the Facebook page, which is
the Facebook page. Which
I
is
like the face page.
the face page. So I think it's there, just the trailer, because I don't think we've released the actual film yet until we're done with all the film festivals.
That's so great.
So yeah, and we've gotten to, and COVID is like, I had another show in film festivals, and it was exciting because you got to go and meet other people and do the befores and, and afters and all the Q&As. But I mean, we did a film festival. Chuck did one on Mumbai. I just did one in Toronto from our couch.
Oh my gosh, really?
Kind of cool, because we never would have gone to those. We couldn't afford, travel that much. So
it's great you're getting into all those festivals. For some reason, I feel like I know somebody who saw it. Would I know somebody who saw it? I've just heard really good buzz about it.
I just put it in the chat, the Facebook page.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's great.
Well, and we love Chuck. I mean, and what's so fun is I met you and Chuck and Mickey and Suzanne and Rosa and Sean, Dave Anderson, all those people were Chicago people, and I met them because of Mark, and it just I was like so embraced by all of you, which is wonderful, and it just felt like a bunch of good new fun friends, and we've been knowing each other for so long, but doing work together as well. So your other project, Teresa, you were going to ask about our other project.
Yeah, what is your other project?
It's a show called it's called, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Nope, you're still in it, so I want to make sure we talk about it.
Thank you. It's called Take It From the Top, and my writing partner is Joe Whelan. And so Jill and I wrote it together, and it's kind of about her life, but yet not. It's really fun. And we started out, both of us love sitcoms, like 80s and 70s and 80s sitcoms. Like, we can quote things. It's pretty pathetic. And any musical we know from that era. She's like my long lost sister. And so it's really fun. So it's got that like old time kind of comedy sitcom style to it. We had wonderful producers, Terry Mariquin and Angeline Rose Troy were wonderful. And so we produced the first one. Ted Lage was our director, who was really fun. And Bernie.
Is that how you pronounce it, Ted Lage?
No, it's not. I'm just thinking as I said it. No, it's Lang.
Okay. I was like,
Make Jill say it whenever we have an interview. I'm like, Jill, it's Ted. If Ted's one, I feel terrible. As a kid, that's what I thought it was. And
oh my gosh, I love that. I love that.
You did bubbles. We call that a bubble.
You bubbled, yay!
Oh, good.
Maybe that's something we should do for every episode. See who bubbles, and we'll get a ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I love that. Every time, I think you guys should get paid $1 every time someone fubbles. Like, kind of like
go.
Right? You get paid.
There you go. I like that.
And then how did you, so Jill's your neighbor. Is that how you guys got acquainted? Is that right?
Our kids are in the same class.
Okay.
So we have kids in the same class. That's how we met. And yes, she is my neighbor as well, but we met that way. And it's great. We like decorate the school together. I mean, we're on committees together, and then we wrote this show together. So we're pretty connected, but, and she's fabulous. She's such a fun, warm, kind, loving person. She's great. But we shot the pilot. And then after we did the pilot, we're like, we decided to break it into webisodes. So we took a half-hour pilot, and then we went ahead and put it out in episodes. We're still pitching it. It's just hard. We've had some definitely people loving it, but it just takes a while. And so when COVID happened, we're like, should we even do a second season? So we decided, so we're doing it remote. It's so challenging to write, and we're learning every episode. We're learning more and more. So
have you written COVID into it then?
We have not. We never discussed it. So we just keep going as if it's not even happening. But the value of production is a whole different story. Because we had just like a nice budget for the first one. And we're just doing it from home. And Jill and I are really like the first scene, I think we had 7 characters, and we're like, oh my God, we can never do that again. Because it's so hard to like direct a scene without a director with 7 people in a room who are not in a room. So like eye lines and who are you talking to and where's everyone in the room. And so we've figured that out. And her son is wonderful. Harrison is our first one was Phil Favre was our editor for the first one. He's amazing. So busy working editor. And so we have her son, Harrison, doing this one. And the poor kid, I just love him to death. He's also an actor and he's in it. But gosh, we're all just like, it's a lot of work, to edit all these pieces together, even for 6 minutes. And like I said,
has that one aired yet? So that's being edited right now?
So we have 3 already up, and then working on the 4th and the 5th. So
three since COVID hit?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get that link up too.
I got that up there.
Okay, good. Because I think it's such an interest. I mean, I think for so many people who are trying to be productive at this time, especially in arts and entertainment, to see somebody doing it is really valuable. So we'll encourage people to.
Right. That's my doorbell. Hopefully someone will answer besides me.
Oh, is that your house? I was like, that doesn't sound like Bixby. We can dogs tonight. That's okay. I had my husband just before we start put my cat up.
My husband, I'll tell him to I don't know.
We were interviewing somebody from a producer from Hallmark, and
oh my gosh.
Pizza delivery came.
I see his son walk down the steps behind him.
Son. I'm on. Please go get the pizza.
I just said the key is under the door, just so you all know, under the mat. So if you guys come to my house, the key's under the mat.
What's your address?
Hopefully he'll figure that out.
So interesting, because that was kind of my next question. You guys are such a entertainment family, and all kind of, well, obviously, Jonathan working nonstop, you're working nonstop, and the boys, Chase was on Lethal Weapon, right? For a while. How do you manage all of that? And do you guys ever see each other?
It's crazy. We do. I mean, it's great because Jonathan, he does Let's Make a Deal. And so that only shoots like 5 months out of the year. And he works 3 days a week. Or 4 days a week and 3 days off. So it's great. He's here in the morning to help with the kids. He's home for dinner every night. And then he does Who's Line, and that shoots like 2 days, and he's done. So it's great. And he is home more than you would think. Do
they travel a lot still?
He's not right now.
Well, not now, obviously, but
on the weekend, sometimes he would tour with Wayne. Yeah, they still do that. But it's 1 or 2 nights. It's very quick. And then the kids have school. So that's my downtime when I'm not casting or auditioning. And out here, honestly, a lot of auditions now, even before COVID, were online, which really gives you so much more time, especially you guys know LA traffic. I mean, you have an audition in Santa Monica on a Friday at 3 p.m. That's like 4 hours of your day, So this auditioning online, even as a casting director, I love it. And I think we're going to the next level of it, which is the Zoom. So you can actually direct, like our family has had a couple auditions together. In our garage, we have a little setup, but we actually got to talk to the director. And people were on the Zoom with us.
Oh, nice.
Which made it so much better than just getting a tape.
Yeah.
And so it takes it to a whole nother level. So that way you feel like you get something back from the director, you can make adjustments. And from the other side, from a casting director, I feel like it's more fair for the actors because the casting person can really tell you what they want, And
well, you're on camera anyways, which is great. The actor is already on camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So exactly.
Yeah, that's so funny. Do you, as a mom, do you think being all your casting, like all of you, I guess, the breadth of your experience, has that helped your kids, do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Are they like, Mom, get away? Or are they like,
No, I can't say they're give me, but they're definitely get away. I mean, it's kind of like, it's so weird, like, the cobbler, it's a family business and it's so interesting, but it's kind of just been that. Like, I remember Chase was like 9 months old and like, do you have a baby? I'm like, yeah, I got a baby. And so I just with my baby, And do you have a 2-year-old? Sure, I do. Does he ride a bike? Yes. So it just kind of happened. And they never didn't want to do it and they never wanted to do it. But they were like, look, we have an audition. They're like, great. They just get in the car. They know what to do. They put on their audition clothes, you know, and as they got older, they really started enjoying it. So there was never a time when they didn't like it, but it was just a part of our life for so long. You know, they would go on their dad's game show, or, you know, if I was doing something and I needed a kid, they would get it, you know. And there were times when they were little and they'd say, do we have to audition? Because sometimes they would just get stuff between Jonathan and I. But now they just love it. They have a wonderful manager, Teelan Talent, that they love working with. She's a dear friend of mine, an incredible manager. So I feel like she takes care of them, you know, and so I feel that they're totally protected. And they enjoy auditioning, but I think it's because we're so calm about it. It's just a regular part of our day. So it's not like, oh, we have an audition, let's get nervous. It's like, oh, let's do what we need to do and prepare.
And I've seen you guys not get cast and not get things too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Understand the process that this is
true.
Not.
And it's okay. Like nothing bad's going to happen if you don't book it.
You know, and I'm glad you said that, Teresa, because one of the things I just like to, you know, we're getting towards the end of our time, is just, you know, you and Jonathan have been in the business for a long time, and you have had success, but you've also had challenges in not getting the job. And how do you
continue? Of course.
Right. And how do you continue? You know, that's always, I love to talk to people that are looking to get into this business. You know, the perseverance. Teresa and I have had success. We've had shows we've pitched that have not happened, that have gotten so close, you know, and we're still waiting on stuff. It's like, how do you continue? What would you say to people out there that are like, hey, I want to get my foot in this crazy business?
Or I've had my foot in this door for a long time and I'm ready to walk out.
No, you're not. You're so talented. You're not walking out. You guys are fabulous. I know you're not, but
but like what she said, somebody that's been there for a long time, that's like, I'm about ready to just throw it in.
Right. I think you guys are just amazing people, and then you're incredibly talented. So I think that it starts with having a life. Like, you guys have a wonderful life. You have a normal life, a wonderful life, and it starts with grounded with that. I think if you put everything into the business, it'll crush you. So you have to focus on your friends. Thank goodness for you guys, and your family, and your husbands, and your partners, and your kids, and all of that is what grounds you, and that's what gets you going every day. And then on top of that, you have your acting and your creativity, and that's what, you know. And you have to think of, for me, I think if I have a pitch, it's like, did I do my best pitch? I did, and then I let it go. Did I do my best audition? I did, then I let it go. You know, because you all know shows get picked for certain reasons, has nothing to do with good, bad, or whatever. And as far as casting goes, a lot of times the best person doesn't get it. You know, it's hair color, eye color, height, looks too much like the other actor, or whatever. Right. You know, so many times I have to give it to the second best for reasons that we can never really tell the actors, you know, but I'll call them in again, you know.
Yeah. I auditioned. I did one audition in LA. For something, a commercial, industrial kind of thing. I don't know what it was. They don't have all the information, but it was about birding. And because I'm a birder, they were looking for people who had experience with rare birds. Well, I didn't have I had one experience with a rare bird. So I went in and it was fun. I ended up helping them cast because I had just been birding and met the American Birding Association Young Birder of the Year. So I ended up going in for the audition and then helping them cast the part. That's my moment with casting in LA. So I appreciate your feedback about persevering and being grounded, and
you just have to like it. I have to pitch my son real quick. My son Chase Mangum, we talked about, he was on Lethal Weapon, but he also is doing music, and I'm so proud of him. Look him up on SoundCloud or YouTube, but it's Chase Mangum, and he's got 3 singles out right now, and he's working on an EP in our bedroom right now as we speak. He just pulled up a drum kit. His drum kit's like in the middle of our bedroom right now, and he's like, Mom, I'm like, okay, we're going to bed. You got it like out. But so yeah.
Is it called Chase Mangum? Is it just him, or is it a band?
It's just him. It's Chase Mangum, and he's also in a band called TBD, but which he also does. They are amazing band, but he's doing this as well on his own. So.
Do you think that's his heart's gonna lie long term?
I definitely acting and music. I think they'll be intertwined. And our youngest son Austin is also playing music all the time and dances, and so
that's for a full COVID house, I'm sure.
Yes, we've been busy. I mean, we don't make a penny, but we're busy as can be. Everyone's like, "Are you busy?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're busy," but
it's great.
Well, and I think that's one of the things through this process. It's like Teresa and I doing this. It's like we were talking about wanting to do this for so long and going, oh, we got to be in the same place. Well, we don't have to be in the same place, and we can do this, and we're not making a dime off from this. And right. We quite often, say, is there a charity that people want, to bring forth or anything like that? So, so this was great, Leah. This was wonderful.
And again, thank you guys so much for this. I mean, you guys are just really wonderful, and I'm so glad. And you're creative, and creative people will be creative no matter what happens, and that's why you guys are doing this. No, but you will. Nothing's going to stop you from being creative, and I think that's what this COVID is teaching everyone. So
thank you. All right. Well, Leah, we just love and adore you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great advice. Getting great feedback from people. So thank you for what you shared.
That's sweet.
Lots of no-limit thinking in this talk.
Yep.
Very
sweet.
And give our love to Jonathan and the boys.
I will. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for having me. This was really, really sweet. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. I love
How about that?
What a beautiful spirit. She's got such a great, just a nice spirit. Wouldn't you want to be in a casting room with her and just feel so nurtured?
I have been, which is great. I didn't get the job, but I've been on both. What'd you say?
You didn't get the job, but I'll bet you felt good about it.
I did. And it's interesting because what she said, and I think you and I have talked about this, is that being producers and directors and writers now and being on the other side of the table, you do want that actor coming through the door to be the perfect person, right?
Right. And if you're not, I always say to people too, you're auditioning for everything that person ever does. Like if they may go, oh, they weren't right for this, but hey, who was that person who auditioned for this? I want to bring that back up. So with that,
all right,
another episode in the books. Do you put an episode in the books? That doesn't make any sense, but over and done. What do we say?
If it's a script, if it was a script, it'd go into a book.
Yeah.
And on a shelf, put it on a shelf in a jar.
In a jar. Another story for another day.
Yes.
With that, we got to get out of here.
Gotta go. Bye, everybody. See you next week.